I love this Christmassy time of year, especially when everything is running happy and smooth like it is this season. Nothing like that year of the big snowstorms. Ooh.
Pocahontas.
Hey, you! What's up?
Some form of Elvish.
Brother, help me!
I've had worse pain than this.
Father?
Change is good.
I made a promise.
Magnificent!
Thank you.
I don't know.
It's from Grandmother Willow's barn.
This is Shrek the Halls, a Christmas special that premiered on ABC on November 28th, 2007. In this special, Shrek, having never heard of Christmas or Santa Claus before, scrambles to throw together the perfect Christmas for his family at the last minute. Yet, in all his preparation to create the perfect Christmas, he fails to understand that Christmas is really about coming together to celebrate and remember what truly matters. Eventually, Shrek realizes this, softens up, and is able to enjoy the company of his friends and family. But this video isn't about Shrek the Halls. Yeah, it's a fun time for the family and overall a good Christmas special, but what's it doing in this video? Well, this footage was actually taken from the original ABC premiere back in November 2007 by my brothers and I on our family VCR. Now, if the YouTube age demographics for the people that watch my videos are anything to go by, then a lot of you may already know what a VCR is. But for the uninitiated, VCR stands for Video Cassette Recorder. Without going into details that are pretty much beyond me, VCRs were capable of recording and playback of video and sound on video cassette tapes, with the most popular format being the VHS tape, which stands for Video Home System. The tapes are stored in a bulky shell that usually stores about 4 hours worth of video on average, and the video and sound data are stored on an incredibly thin tape that can be over 1,500 feet in length. VHS tapes came out around the mid-70s and were pretty much the way of life until DVD and other digital formats started to take over in the mid to late 90s. If you look into what goes on inside a VCR and how the data is read off of a tape, it's incredibly impressive that these things worked as well as they did, considering all the mechanical pieces moving to get the tape to move at the right speed for video playback. So what am I doing with this VCR right now in 2024? Well, it all started a few weeks ago. We were at my parents' for Thanksgiving this year, and we had a great time. We had turkey, mashed potatoes, the works, but aside from stuffing my face, I had an alternate goal. I wanted to dig into my parents' storage and find all the home movies we recorded on VHS tapes. You see, for a while now, I've been thinking about the memories our family had recorded on those tapes throughout the years. Christmases, family nights, birthdays, heck, even births. Okay, not live births, it's kind of sick, but we do have a couple of videos of the days after both my older brother and youngest brother were born in the hospital.
Let's see, December 13th.
Anyway, all these memories we had of my siblings and I, it's crazy to think that we didn't have the convenience of phones back then to record any moment at a whim. No, aside from a fair amount of photos, these tapes are all we had to capture what our lives were like back then and what we were like. So my dad goes and finds all the family movies for me, and we hook up an old VCR from the closet and watch a few minutes from some of the tapes. Thankfully, they were all in pretty good shape because I had a goal for these 30 plus tapes. I wanted to preserve them digitally. I took the box of tapes back home with me along with that VCR, and I got to work. And only a couple weeks later, I had all the content of the tapes on a flash drive, and I also had them backed up on a private YouTube account. So how did I do it? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. A few months ago, I bought a simple USB capture card off of Amazon, just in case I wanted to record or stream from one of my game consoles. I also have an AV to HDMI converter, which I've had for a long time. I simply connected the VCR cables to the HDMI converter, then the HDMI converter to the capture card, and then fired up OBS, and bam! I was ready to record. Now, I'm far from the first person to have figured this out, and I'll provide a link to a guy who made a quick tutorial on how to go through this exact process in more detail. But like I said, it's pretty simple. Here's the exact capture card I bought on Amazon. It goes for about $20, and you can have an AV to HDMI converter for $10. As long as you have a computer that can run OBS and enough storage to keep the video files, you're looking at a total cost of around $30 and some change to digitize any video or audio with AV output. Now, I'm pretty sure this won't work with official licensed movie tapes, as those have some sort of piracy protection that requires more work to get around. So if you were hoping to convert remember all those old Disney tapes that you thought were worth a fortune a few years ago, you're out of luck. But why the heck would you want to waste your time converting movies and shows from VHS? By this point, there are already much cleaner and crisper ways of getting all your dusty movies anyway. No, I believe the best use for this conversion setup is just for recording personal tapes. Now, if you're thinking that setting all this up just seems like a little too big of a hassle, then let's look at the alternatives. There are devices specifically made for digitizing VHS tapes, but these will run you almost $100 and you still have to hook it up to your VCR and do the recording yourself. But what if you're lazy and don't want to do anything yourself? Well, your only option is hauling all your tapes to a place that will convert them for you. Let's take a look at the closest one to me called Absolute Video here in Michigan. Oh, it's $25 per tape. Oh, that's gonna be a little pricey. Oh wait. There's a $125 minimum fee? Okay, that was a bust. Let's check out this place, Keepsake Family Tree Video in Chicago. Oh hey, well at least it's only $18 per tape this time, but I have over 30 tapes to go through. That would cost at least $540. Well, there was one decent deal I saw, which was from a place called Legacy Box. They had a Black Friday deal which ran at about $8 per tape. Not bad, but that was for a limited time and time's up. Well, who are you gonna trust with your lifetime of family memories now? Walgreens? I am shocked that that's the worst deal so far. No, don't waste your time with gimmicky devices or services. You can easily do it yourself, and it honestly doesn't take that long. I converted all our tapes in less than 2 weeks, and all I had to do was hit record on one tape, leave for work, come back for lunch, switch it out, record the next one, and then just come back every 3 or 4 hours to switch out a new tape, and there you go. That's like 4 or 5 tapes a day. There are some services that offer enhancements or restoration to the quality of the tape, but come on. Are you really gonna pay out the nose for someone to turn the brightness up on your Uncle Frank splitting his pants at the family talent show?
Whoa. This guy was huge.
In the era of 4K video becoming the norm, we're used to having everything look so clean, so keep in mind that these memories aren't going to look as good as you thought they used to. Not to mention any potential damage or wear to the tape itself from time or misuse. But the process I outlined here is easy to set up, it's cheap, and requires very little work on your part. This Christmas, I tried to think of a meaningful gift for my family. My siblings and I have all gone our separate ways, and it's hard to think of something meaningful to share with everyone when we rarely get together at the same time anymore. So preserving our memories was my Christmas gift to them, and I hope you're able to at least get something out of this too. Thanks for watching, have a Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays.